Greetings, community. It's Kevin of Being Comics, and I'm here to bring you another episode of How Random Is That? This is a show that depends upon you. I'm asking you, the viewing audience, to leave a comment at the end of each episode. And in doing so, in the comments below, I ask for you to put in a letter, a number, and a direction in which that I'll be counting from. The books I select is decided by you. I will give a breakdown of each book, why I have one of three things. One, why I have the book. Two, what I think of book. And then three, why I still have that book. Now, before I jump in, I want to acknowledge those that are here. And dude, I know you're doing a show right now, and I am so sorry I didn't. I apologize. I'll be there in a bit. I swear, I promise. And Legend, I appreciate you, buddy. I'm going to be asking you for some help on some of this. To start it off, I have two selections, and I have a selection by Las Cruces and a selection by Two Gun Pedro. Now, Two Gun, he gave me the box count. He gave me the letter B. He knew I have a lot of the letter B, so he said box 2 of the letter B. And he said count 50 from the front. You bastard, that's like halfway through. So I will do so happily. But Legend, from you, when it comes to Las Cruces pick, I have a bunch of the boxes labeled D. I need a number from 1 through 3 to select the box that I'll be grabbing. So I can then pick the book that Las Cruces, number 12, counting from the back, I can retrieve. So can you do that for me, Legend? I need a number from 1 to 3 from you, buddy. You the man. I'll be right back. I got dogs running around here, so you just have to look for the dogs. And I'll get D3 and box B2. Look, I got box 2. That's B2. And now D3. I saw it. It's right over here. Cool. You have no idea how happy I am that you picked box 3 because it was the easiest to get a hold of. All right. Now, as I made mention before, Two Gun Pedro had left a comment in the comments below and asking for box B, number box 2, and 50 from the front. I appreciate you. It's interactive, it's an interactive show. Without you guys, it would be nothing. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and count 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 7, 48, 49, 50. No way, dude. Oh my God. All right, so this is overpacked. Yeah, now I have 2 of these. Luckily. Now this is Black Cat, issue number 11. Now this was a significant issue because this is where we get to see her break into Tony Stark and go ahead and get the armor, and she becomes Armored Cat. Now this is that cat armor that she then wears and becomes Iron Cat later down the road. And yeah, this was the issue number 11. McKay did a wonderful job on this volume, and he does a wonderful job every time he takes helm of the writing for the Black Cat. I'm a huge fan of this writer. I really believe he's underrated. And on the series in general, he did a wonderful job of telling a nice, it was really 3 series that he was trying to get through this story. and they kept cutting him short on it. So he really did finally get to wrap up things after this, and it was an overall heist that had to be performed to go ahead and she had to get a gem, and it was in a place to where Fox, her teacher, ended up basically selling his soul. So he was trying to trick her into getting it, and she was gathering all this stuff. And this was one of the heists that she ended up doing. And this really propelled her as in this character as Iron Cat. And it was just, in my opinion, one of the best series that was written for her. And yeah, it was a cool little thing. I mean, it did its own little spin-off and everything. So yeah, what do I think of it? Freaking, I love it. Why do I have it? It's a key, man. And why do I still keep it? Yeah, it's a great read and it's a key. So, hey, I appreciate Two Gun for giving me such a great pick. This was awesome, and I appreciate you. Hey, girl, how you be? Appreciate you dancing with me. Ewad, hey, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you being here. And Durs, I know, like I said, I swear I'll get over there soon. Didn't mean it was bad timing. I agree. I appreciate everybody being here. And yeah, that was B2. So let's go ahead and put this away. Let's go ahead and break out the pick, which was for Jigs, if I recall correctly. And nope, I was wrong. Two Gun Pedro was B2. Las Cruces is D12. Hey, Drew. Seriously? I appreciate you being here, buddy. You're the man. And let's go ahead and pick out the book that Las Cruces has. So he asked for D12. Count from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, yeah. Here we go. 12. Well, it should be here somewhere. There it is. Okay. So I've been reading the Doctor Strange, and of late it's been rather good. Go back a couple series and still pretty good. There was one unique little mini that was done by Tradd Moore. This one, Fall Sunrise. If you know Tradd Moore, you know that his writing, let alone his art, is rather psychedelic, and he got to do this project. You can see with Heather, and I did get to meet Tradd. He was on a signing little journey. He wanted to get touch base with a bunch of his fans. He wanted to get back in touch after the COVID situation. He just wanted to go ahead and do a tour and talk to people and just, again, socially on a in real life type situation, just talk to people. So I was telling him how much not only I enjoyed this, had him, sign all my stuff, but how I appreciate his writing style. And I look forward to more of his writing due to the fact that it's, again, very unique. And if you're not into his art, you probably won't be into his writing. I really enjoyed this. This was a great series. It was very unique. It's not something necessarily I would recommend because you have to be, it really would depend on the individual. You would have to be understanding of this unique story writing and art. You know what I mean? You have to be understanding of who would be reading this and take that in consideration when making the recommendation of this Fall Sunrise series. It's really interesting, and I would say it's not for everyone. At the same time, it's definitely something that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I definitely conveyed that to Tradd. Why I bought it, I really like Doctor Strange, and I've become more and more familiar with Tradd. And definitely after I met him, I really liked him as a person. What I think of the book, I thought it was rather interesting, really different. And it was a nice way for an artist to go ahead and break in and do a neat little miniseries. Would I, like I said, recommend it to many people? Not necessarily, but at the same point, I would never take away from this writer and or this artist from what he did and what he's doing in his own unique flavor and writing style. I personally enjoyed it and think it's cool. So for a few out there, I would definitely recommend it. For everyone, it might not be your cup of tea. And why do I keep it? Are you kidding me? To me, this is not only a very unique story, but after reading and understanding a little bit more where Tradd's coming from, and then meeting him and then having conversations with him, it's something that I appreciate deeply more than the story on a surface level of itself. Yes, it's signed, and with it comes stories behind the stories. But more than that, it was just something that, again, after meeting with him, I just got a true feeling of understanding that this was kind of his launch, in the sense of, this is, I think he really wants to engage more in writing. So it means a lot to me. Definitely want to keep it down the road. So, hey, I appreciate that. Las Cruces, this was a great pick. Two Gun, you just missed yours. It was an awesome one. It was Black Cat issue number 11 with the introduction of and how she steals the whole Iron Cat stuff. So thank you for your pick. I appreciate it. We still have Jigs, Old Wolf, and Mark. They are relatively all in this area. So as I said, type in Old Wolf, Jigs, or Mark, and we'll go with that pick next. That'll give me time to put this stuff back. Degree. Which one we get? We got, hey, how good are you be? We got Old Wolf. Yeah, we'll do Old Wolf. All right. Now, Tony asked for T13 from the front. Is he even here? I think he's here. Shagu, how you be? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go T13 from the front. Now, do I do box 1, 2, or 3 on the T's? I need that answer from the first person to type it in. 1, 2, or 3 in the T's. Don't tease me, don't tease me. We got a 3 from Christina. She wins. Let's see what we got. That's a T2. And we got 13 from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, wow. This, woo. Yeah, wow. Okay. All right, now you're just messing with me now. All right, Tony. That was a pretty good one. And thanks, Christina, for the box pick. The way this turned out is, I don't know if many, I'm sure Legend knows this one. This is this is an old miniseries by DC called Timberwolf, issue number 1. All right. This goes back. I mean, this goes back. It's an all Al Gordon story, and rather unique. I mean, Timberwolf was a rather short-lived, unique story. It's almost like a Sabretooth type character. Very, very cool. Very, I don't know, almost common. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a very well-known character in my opinion. And I have to admit, I really didn't pursue the rest of this mini. After this, I just, dude, seriously, you never. Oh wow, it is, yeah. It's like a werewolf. I don't think it's a Teen Titans thing. It's been so many. The last time I read this was the first time I read this. I complete transparency, people. Yeah, it's been so many years. I will break this out. Well, it says November '92. Holy shnikes. Yeah, so I promise this. I know very little of this character. I read it once, put it away, just been rebagging it boarding since 1992. Why do I have this? Of the time, I thought it was different and unique. It was something I'd never seen. It was something that was recommended to me. It did turn out to be kind of a different story, and it was something only now that I could say it was kind of tropish. Then it was like I said, unique and kind of different. You know what I mean? But there are direct correlations that can be drawn. Why do I still keep it? it's, or what do I think of it? I would have to revisit it to be yeah, I have to revisit this thing. And why do I keep it? I guess to revisit it. I know when I read it, I wasn't that thoroughly impressed. I know at the time that was coming out, there was so much coming out. Like I'm like now, I was over inundated, and I just kind of tossed it off to the side. Like I said, I at some point gonna have to revisit this. So hey, thank you, Tony. I appreciate this. This was an awesome pick. It brought up a lot of memories, even though they're gapped, and it's something I have to obviously revisit. Not now, but I will. Yeah, that was cool. Thank you. And this is why I do this show. I mean, it's so much fun. I appreciate you guys. All right, so we've had the pick from Las Cruces. We had the pick from Old Wolf. We have the pick from Two Gun, and let's move on to Jigs. Jigs gave us L33 from the back. My God. How? L33 from the back. Hey, Judy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 20, 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. What issue is this, though? 5. Oh, seriously? Come on, man. There's no way I'm gonna remember. Okay. Yeah. This is a series that's relatively new called Local Man. It's written by Tony Fleeks and is a rather interesting story. It's a take on kind of the stories that we were getting from Image out of the early 90s. It was a big influence on Tony's reading at the time. And I guess that's why he pays so much homage to it, is because he does a lot of the, in this, it's a flip book style book, which they were doing in the Image days, on many of books. Like, in my opinion, it was because they really couldn't figure out a straight story to tell. So they would split up flip books to go ahead and allow other people to tell other stories, and it'd give them more time to write out a story. So you don't need 28 pages. You only need 14. And it makes it so much easier to meet your deadlines when you're only doing half the work. And in the case of this, it was a matter of being able to tell 2 simultaneous stories. There wasn't a way of getting out of anything. Local Man is an interesting story of a failed hero that is kicked out of his, I didn't know. Oh, that's just a quote. Of a failed hero that goes back to his home city, and he's not really rather accepted. Most of the stuff that he did, well, he was an asshole. But it does, it's hard to know exactly all the details because I wasn't there. But it doesn't seem like this guy needs all the heat he's taken. I don't know what kind of shit he did to people, but the shit that he's taking now is kind of a bummer. It's a really interesting story, and more times than not, this guy is down on his luck, and he's still trying to do the right thing. He's in a place that it doesn't allow him to really be a citizen, and as far as his superhero ship is concerned, he's banned from doing it. That's not stopping him from doing either one. So issue number 5 is just part of that whole series. And it's a really great series, in my opinion. Issue 5 doesn't stand out in any way that I can recall. But as a series, it's wonderful. Tony Fleeks is, I told him before, I don't give a shit. Whatever you decide that you write, just take my fucking money. So why, back to it. So what do I have this book? Well, Seeley and Fleeks. I really like their writing, and when they work together, it works out really well. What do I think of the book? I'm still writing, not only reading this, but I'm like, more times than not, I'm writing it into my Blue Light Special, or at least Kmart. I'm doing it almost every month that it comes out. It's written that well that I have that much fun reading it. So it's just a book that I thoroughly enjoy. And why do I still have it? I want to collect the whole series and maintain it. I probably will eventually have Tony's Fleeks sign the whole thing. I just don't want to throw it all in his face all at once. I do have issue number 1 signed. I do have the Local Man Girls issue number 1 off signed and gold signed. So I'm getting slowly the series signed. So I like the series. And that's why I collect it. Thanks. That was an awesome one. I appreciate you, Jigs. That was a great freaking pick. We got one more, and it's from Mark the Cuddy Sark, and it's S7 from the front. However, technically speaking, at this point, I have 14 boxes. If you include Spider-Boy and that overstock, I am getting freaking crazy. So I need everyone to go ahead and give me a number of 1 to 14. And, dude. Well, he co-wrote it. You can see that it's Seeley and Fleeks, but he is a big influence on the writing of this when it came to Flip and all that other stuff. Yeah, Tony, the actual story is definitely Seeley, but the way the story is guided and touching on a lot of the 90s stuff with Image and all that, that's definitely Fleeks. Yeah, Jigs, I appreciate you. All right, we got number 7. First one to throw it in there. Thank you. Oh, where am I going? I'll run away with a book. I don't even need those. They're extra pieces. And we're oh, there we are. I'm losing my mind, people. All right. Oh, don't let it be. Don't let it be. Don't let it be. That ain't bad. You did say 4, right? You did say 4. You did say. Oh, you said 7. That puts me over here. Did you see the number? Oh, it's down there. All right, we'll go that over here. That's 6 over there. Oh, the 6 is back. This is old Spider-Man stuff. I can tell. It's even the box is a little yellow. Indoors. And S7 front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It isn't old. It just broke into the brand new. I guess I can do that. Okay. Now, this is when Zeb Wells took over on the Amazing Spider-Man. He signed this for me, and I was there on launch day. He was giving me a breakdown of what his ideas and his overall plan for Spider-Man was. And he gave me this 2-year plan back then. Now, we're pretty deep, and we exceeded that 2 years. Saw him again recently, and he goes, yeah, I got this 5-year plan. 5-year plan? God damn, Zeb. Seriously? So I've been really enjoying his takeover. I don't think it'll change anybody's life, but I really believe he's doing well. It's been a rather consistent read. To this day, it's yeah. I know, dude, it almost made me nervous at one point. To this day, I'd say that he's one of the more consistent writers that has been on the writing helm for Amazing Spider-Man. On a consistent level, I'd say this has been a really hit. As far as an overall level, I think overall, issue number 1 set it off right. I really enjoyed issue number 1, and I really believe it sat in play a lot to be not only worked out on past series that were just kind of thrown together and still Spencer. Anyways, a couple writers before really didn't finish out and make things, conclusive. There's just that non-closure thing going on, and so this to me started off with a lot of healing in the past series, and then along taking off on a new series that brought us a new gang war, brought us a bunch of new stuff, and where it's going to lead this summer and into next year. I'm really, really anticipating it to be some really good writing and reads. So yeah, this was not only something I was looking forward to, but I was really glad to see that Zeb was, writing. I know with many, he's almost kind of hit and miss. With me, this was something that I was giving him a chance. In my opinion, he did rather well. So why did I initially get this? I am a Spider-Man fan, I have to admit. And I'm always pretty much willing to give any Spider-Man run and series mini a shot. What do I think of it? I thoroughly enjoy it. I think Zeb's doing a great job, and I hope he keeps doing it. Why do I still have it? Did I mention I'm a Spider-Man fan? And look, it's signed. Signatures like this bring great memories, memories that I thoroughly enjoy. It allows me, as I just said a little bit ago, put stories with stories and allows me to go ahead and divulge them to you. This is the passion that I enjoy and I love sharing. So thank you. I appreciate Mark giving me this book to pick from my collection. Now that's all the books that were in my comments. I appreciate Las Cruces, Old Wolf, Jigs, Two Gun, and Mark the Cuddy Sark for their contribution at the end of the show by putting in their, as I said, recommendations for my poll for my show. If you'd like to do the same, I please ask that you do. Just do the whole little subscribe thing so you know I'm around. Notification bell, which I'm going to be doing a notification bell giveaway pretty soon. And that way you can go ahead and check out the show. And please, above all, throw in a letter, a number, and the direction in which that you want me to go ahead and count from so that I can bring more, how random is that, shows for you before I conclude. I want to go ahead and thank everyone that joined me tonight because this was a freaking awesome show. Jigs, Meewad, hey, mad respects. Buddy, dude, I appreciate you. Holy shit, John, hey, boy, thank you. Awesome. I appreciate you being here. Legend, as always. Christina, where'd you go? You just jumped around. You guys are flipping around. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Thanks for dancing with me, girl. And Drew, I appreciate you being here. From me to you. I stole that. Sorry. Sorry, Legend. I'm stealing your stuff. Everybody, again, if I miss anybody in the chat, I deeply apologize. I appreciate you all. And from me at 1-2 Comic Talk, you guys have a great night.